think for Indiana, I think they need to move the ball a little bit better. The last couple of possessions were quick, but I like what Ari McDonald has done early on. She's been outstanding, providing good ball pressure and facilitating up the floor.
Indiana's bench really key in that first quarter. They had 12 of their 19 points as Iriafin spins and rattles it home.
Wow, they are scoring points in the paint at ease, one-on-one. Let's see if Indiana will maybe consider making a change, bringing some help to those post-ups.
Beaver don't have Boston after she picked up a couple of fouls. Don't have her currently. She's in foul trouble. Johnson has had the hot hand.
And you know, Pat, you don't have to throw the ball in the block and just score. You can play through the post as well. You just haven't gotten a piece of the paint when Boston's going to come back in the game because Stephanie recognizes that they need to have her presence in there so they can establish something on the inside.
Oh, Colson, look at the aggressive hands. Nearly forced the turnover. It left Citron open. She can't pay it off with a three. Bonner and McDonald not on the same page as we check back in with Kelsey.
Yeah, I like with Boston back on the floor. I think you trust her defensively not to commit another foul, and then I think you play to her and through her on the inside.
That's what Stephanie White said she wanted pregame, to be using Boston more as a hub offensively. Citron pulls up and knocks it down.
Get to the nail, that's money.
Boston, she checked out at the 5:12 mark of the first quarter for that second foul. Boston was held by Dolson underneath.
The line.
Cole, aggressive drive, had it blocked by Citron. Good defense there by the rookie. Melvin looking ahead, had it deflected, and Iriafin just pulls over McDonald, and an offensive foul is the call. That is Aaliyah Edwards, excuse me, who just checked in.
Ari McDonald is stuffing the stat sheet early. He's had an impact.
Drive, Colson, extra pass, hole launches. Too strong there on the three ball. Boston was held to just 5 field goal attempts last week against Washington. A lot of this because of the foul trouble, but she's not taken a shot here in 6 minutes tonight. Melvin on the drive, gets inside and draws the foul. Second year in Washington. And now a message from CareSource.
Brought to you by CareSource. Individual.
So Kelsey Mitchell back in for Indiana. As Melvin misses a pair at the line. On a 12-2 run. They answer an 11-2 run by Indiana with a 12-2 run of their own. Being hounded by Citron. Aggressive defense in the backcourts. Boston. Bonner. Off the ball going against Indiana.
I like Dolson.
Austin, lob inside, nobody home, and McDonald and Boston just couldn't get on the same page quickly enough. Knocked it away, and possession will stay here with Washington. And it'll be Indiana ball in anyway, as Edwards is called for an offensive foul.
That's 2 quick ones on Edwards.
Beaver have not scored since the 1:08 mark of the first quarter. Scoreless here in the second. Boston getting that isolation she's been looking for and cashes in.
One-on-one. She demands a double every time she catches it that deep, it's just so tough to bring it.
Boston coming off a game on Friday where she was 8 of 10 from the field, 17 points, 8 assists. Now Austin will pull up and knock it down.
These two can go back and forth now, Boston and Austin. It's what we saw last week in that matchup in Baltimore.
Austin had 13 in that matchup, all in the first half. Boston,
What a
deep
seal.
position, lays it in.
What a seal.
You called it. She has been automatic around the rim.
71% inside 5 feet. And those are contested shots.
And 2 for 2 to that tonight.
Look at Lexi Hall get skinny over the top of those screens.
Austin banks it home and a foul.
Yeah, she is a handful. 6'5", so good on the interior for Washington. Her passing ability, the way she reads, and then her defensive IQ. I'm not saying she's Alyssa Thomas, and Stephanie White didn't say that, but what she was doing was putting her in that context. Like, she could be as good a defensive player as Alyssa Thomas one day in this league. And that is high praise for Aaliyah Boston.
From a coach who, of course, knows those two players very well. And Boston, who was an all-star as a rookie, all-star as a second-year pro, certainly seems destined to make that 3 for 3 here this year.
It's working. Feed the post.
Boston, pretty spin.
I mean, it's not a hard formula right now, and a good ATO by Indiana. There's your points in the paint. That's part of the reason why Indiana leads the league in that category. It's Aaliyah Boston's efficiency inside.
We're getting to the point where when she's on one-on-one coverage, it's an automatic bucket.
And she works on those 2 hard crowd dribbles to the midline every day, I believe. Every time I see her, she's working on it. And there's a block.
Oh, and Boston had it blocked, and she thought she blocked it off of Edwards. And does Stephanie White want to take... And the challenge, as we expected, was successful. So Stephanie White will retain one more challenge to be used here for the rest of the evening. That block by Boston puts her one shy of tying 5th all-time in Indiana Fever history. That's Jessica Davenport. Colson, shot clock down to 7. Colson on the drive. Beautiful find. It's Boston.
What a nice slide into the vision of Sid Colson by Aaliyah Boston. Ever since Boston's been come back in the game after 2 fouls in the first quarter, Indiana has gone through her every time.
She's now got 8 points in 9 minutes. Was held scoreless in those first 5. Pretty step through by Sykes. Offensive rebound, Austin. Kick out, Anxler. Her 3-ball too strong. Austin's been so aggressive, so effective. That shot won't go. Another offensive rebound here for Washington. Austin cross court, and Edwards rattles it home. Olsen, quick outlet. Mitchell on the attack. Edwards did just enough to contest it at the rim. Sykes lost the handle on the other end. Hit off of Boston.
Watch the penetration.
We were really having trouble on the glass here tonight. Washington has doubled Indiana up in the rebounding category. The Fever have been pretty good in 5th in the league in rebounding coming into tonight. Area Finn with 8 in the first half. Banks has been a little quiet on the drive. Banks shot too strong. But a whistle and a foul.
That's the challenge of defending Brittany Sykes. You have to keep her off the free throw line to your stat and point.
7 free throws. So here's 70 and 71 coming. Those 67 were 12 more than anyone in the league, and she's missed a game this year.
That's her scout right there. There it is. She has improved her range. She's improved her playmaking ability. So she doesn't just drive into the paint just to score. She's capable of making a play for her teammates.
side for Bonner, knocked away, and there was contact as well. And a technical foul is called.
I mean, she must have said something. She got the foul call.
It might have been that ball slam at the end. It's tough to know intent there.
I mean, she did slam the ball down, but she must have said something. It's the The officials, if you slap the backboard stanchion or slap the stanchion or you do anything to show up what the officials consider showing them up, they're going to blow the whistle this year and call techs.
Available, but 2 early fouls and now a third. She will almost assuredly sit until the second half. Let's check in with Kelsey Casper.
Boston was in this exact same situation on Friday versus Connecticut, where she had 3 fouls in the first half. And after the game in the post conference, she said, it's hard. Me wanting to be that post presence, having to sit back a little bit when the fouls are being called. She says it's really difficult for her, but she said that is all she had to say on it, because she said, quote, she loves her money, obviously trying to avoid the fine as well.
Kelsey, thank you.
Nobody wants to get fined.
So Iriafen on one end and Bonner on the other end. It's been a 3-point game here for long stretches, and Iriafen continues to show off that range.
She has been fantastic. She is 6 for 7 in the game. 12 first half points and 3 rebounds.
Hole on the blow by, the handoff to McDonald, who is fouled. We just look at this 2025 draft class. Paige Becker speaks for herself. What we're seeing here in Washington, what we saw from Sanaya Rivers the other day on Friday. I think Seattle is going to be very happy with their selection, Dominique Malonga as well. I mean, this has the potential to be one of the better drafts, I think, in recent memory.
I think there's a lot of talent in the league, and there's a lot of offensive talent, and that's what fans enjoy, right? That's the excitement of the league. It's the ability to counter and make the defense wrong. There are a lot of guards in this league that can do that.
And the Mystics might have felt a little rudderless by the end of last year, working out of the Elena Deladon era. They got off to a really, really tough start to their season, came on stronger, but missed the playoffs. And that move to trade Ariel Atkins got them that 3rd pick and set up the Iriafen-Citron combo that, if Washington has their way, you might see them starting here for 15 years.
And Georgia Amore is on the trip. She is doing well off her ACL surgery. She's the point guard of the future for them.
Mitchell turns the corner, gets inside, and lays it in. And Mitchell now is 7 on 3 of 5 shooting, and an offensive foul. Iriafen turns it over.
Look at Mitchell. I'm telling you, Pat, what am I going to say about Mitchell? Shoulder pads, over the thigh pad. Nobody does it like Kelsey Mitchell. And she's been doing that since she was running the show for the Buckeyes.
Did we catch a too small in there as well?
I'm wondering if she did that. I thought that was a little...
Maybe a subtle one. Mitchell off the screen, launches, and buries a triple.
She gets her feet organized so quickly. Playing off a simple ball screen, going left.
She has that explosive ability. Kelsey Mitchell with 5 points. But they need Mitchell, they need Boston. The 2 All-Stars from a year ago. Bonner was an All-Star too, but you really look at those 2 to help carry the heavy load here during this stretch. The Fever are 0-2 without Clark.
Well, I can definitely tell you there's no panic, and that's exactly the way Stephanie White phrased it today at shoot-around. No panic. You know, the team is 2-4 and 4 losses by 1 or 2 points. This is not a team that has played with a full rotation yet.
Well, this in large part to that dominant win on opening night, but the Fever are 3rd in the league in net rating. They're 4th in point differential, so those stats which tell you how you win and how you lose. As Bonner hits a 3, all of a sudden the floodgates have opened here for Indiana. clock down to 5. Sykes just pulls over McDonald. It's an offensive foul.
What an incredible job Ari McDonald has done in the first half. Clearly an offensive foul here.
I'm impressed with how quickly she popped back up. That was heavy contact. Indiana now on a 9-0 run as they look to close out the first half strong here. Second differential shot clock and game clock. Mitchell's had the hot hand. Kick out. Bonner. Area Finn will get it to Sykes. And that'll take us into halftime, but the Fever have the final 9 points.